Hello. Today let's talk about MiniTool MovieMaker 8.2. This is a nice tool to create netted videos, content for all kind of stuff. Is the MiniTool MovieMaker possible to use? A movie editing software we must explore. That's right, because this is a really strong application. We have a professional multi-track video editing, an easy-to-use feature-rich video editor, and inspire unlimited creativity. And we're ready for all scenes with that app. First, if we start that program, we can choose between the aspect ratio. We can open pending projects. We can have a promotion look over here. If we are come back in the future, we have project library over there. We can search in the project library, for example, or we can make new projects, etc. Then we have the main face in front of us, as you can see. You have here on the left side, you have an area for meters, audio, text, transmissions, effects, filters, elements, and motions. So you can use this area to edit something. Then you have here the player. That means what is the end product gives us. This is the player. The project information is on the right upper side. You can close this or you can embed this. On the bottom side, we have a timeline where we can drag and drop materials there to start creating a video. So let's first import videos. Let's choose a couple of videos here which we are going to like to import. So here we are, and now they get imported into our project. After this step is done, we have here our stuff, and we can look what's going on with that stuff, and we can delete them or sort them as we like. We can make this possible now with that plus button over there, and it will create directly one line here. This is the timeline. And if I play this timeline, you will see the movie which is in the timeline will be start to play. Now we can see a lot of information about the runtime, the aspect ratio, volume, and full screen possibility, and so on. Then you have here the possibility in moving forward and backward with grabbing easy. And then of course you can cut something with this. This is the split tool. You can split it, and then we have two objects over there, and we can grab them and sort them in a different timeline, for example. And then, of course, if we have a second timeline created, you will only see one of them, but it is already there. If I go here and close it a little bit, so I can make a picture-in-picture mode. Oh, that's easy, huh? So here we can look. There's the picture-in-picture mode now. Good and easy. We can rotate this, for example. We can make what we like. And of course, then the possibility is if we add a lot of stuff to it. That means we add another here, get this on the upper side, or we add here again the project like that one. We can add it in the extra timeline or something else. We can make to cut this in a big area. That means if we only need all of them in this where we need them to cut them off at this point here, for example, we can choose each sector we are going to cut with strg and add them to my hand, and then I can cut all of them. So after this I'm able to delete them and job's done. So we cut the entire video at an end point there. That's a cool feature, I think. And of course here you can make picture-in-picture mode, and not only with one. As you can see, we can make picture-in-picture with a lot of stuff. So that is here we have three movies in the timeline, and we can choose these three movies for picture-in-picture. That's really cool, as you can see, and we can fast edit this and easy edit this to a really cool stuff. Yeah. Okay, let's try this. Play. Now you can see here all is now running in the back, really cool. Every's fine. Hey, that's good. And of course, we have other options. We can log a timeline over there, for example. So there is not a possible to get something else editable in this. Okay. Then of course we have the possibilities with to choose text elements. So we can choose a text element and get this into this project. And then we can write a title over there. We can navigate. We can rotate this as we like. And of course, we can edit other styles of text into it. Like here, let's edit this. And you can see, there it is, your text here. Of course, we can write the text over there and make it possible. Then we have captions, we have credits if we need them, of course. We can make titles over there to add titles, add a location over there, for example, and then the title appears. Really cool and easy, as you can see. Then we have transitions. These transitions can be fade black, fade gray, as you can see how it works. That means we can go between two timeline objects to make it fade in, for example. That means I will get this here back in the scene now, and we are going to make a fade in to switch this over there. And then, of course, you have it there, and ooh, nice. And this is possible with fold in, for a doorway, and so on. A lot of transitions from one to another track is possible. Then light, wipe, advanced, diagonal, iris, page peel, reveals, and so on. Then we have the big possible of effects. That's a new version, a new stuff here. For example, here, that looks cool. I can choose this heartbeat. Let's perform this heartbeat on our video. Ooh. See that here? This is the effects. And of course, overlay effects, photo collage, loft, opening and closure, AR stickers, distering, glitches, particles, and so on. A lot of effects are available for your video. Then we have filters, the classic. The classic is the filters, of course. We can make it here the black, for example, the black cat. Okay, let's perform a black cat over there and have a look what's going on here. Oh, the black cat is really black, as you can see. It's a really black cat. But here you can see it more. This is the best, the black cat filter. Okay, you see the different? Yeah, of course. Then we have elements. Of course, here a lot of other filters available too. LUT, for example, artistic, common, instant light, motion blur. Then we have elements. These elements are possible to add to your videos too. For example, we can make here a subscribe button to it. And then we can see there, subscriber information. That's cool. We have the basic, the emojis. We have web, arrows, business, cover, explanations, food, and shape, sports, travel, and so on. And we have motion option. That means here we are able to make a pan down, for example. Let's perform here a pan down. And it goes down. Really cool. It pans down. Really nice. And that's all. Not only we can make a zoom in, a zoom out possibility. And of course, audio. A big bunch of audio sound is available. You can add this to your project. And this will go into a special line over here. This is the sound area. And here we can, of course, choose this, drag and drop, cut this as we like at the same like before. We can delete that, copy that, and so on. And we can make here a fade in, a fade out, a possibility. We can choose the volume and so on. But it's the same thread like we can perform in our standard video area. Here we can make a flip, for example. We can flip that, we can rotate it, we can make scaling, we can use the color contrast ratio, saturation, the brightness, 3D is possible, gravity, a lot of 3D LUTs are there in the possibility. We can choose the speed, to speed up, speed down, and audio settings are possible too. So you can see you have a lot of possibility to create your own nice project. You can crop it as you need it. You can edit effects. You can add filters. You can fast and reliable edit all stuff what's going on. You can make the time speed up, down. You can cut the entire video section and so on. And we can export it up to 4K resolution settings, or you use it as frame ratings, 60 frames are possible. Formats, you see a lot of formats, and for devices like iPhone, smartphone, or Galaxy Note. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe me and give me a positive feedback, and I hope to see you again on my channel. Dun dun!